Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight I wanted to pop on for just a couple seconds and discuss a Reddit post that I came across. I had some thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright, you guys, so I was just about to turn in for the evening, take my makeup off, and I decided to check in on Reddit, and I follow several subreddits, I guess you would say. I'm still very ignorant when it comes to Reddit, but I know that I follow a few Reddit pages and I know how to comment, and that's about it. So I came across this post and I think that this could open a really interesting conversation. I hope that this is something that in the future gains some traction, because until I read it, I never realized how much of a genius and vital idea this is. So this was posted on the subreddit Unpopular Opinion. They have 2 million members and it was created in 2012. This is one of the ones that I follow. The title says there should be 911 and ambulance services for animals. And as soon as I read this, I was like, but why isn't there? This is absolutely not an unpopular opinion, at least for me. So you guys will have to tell me what you think down below. But let's read the post. It says, I've always wanted this to be a thing. For most people, their pets are just as much a part of their family as any other member is. I agree. When a pet gets hurt or sick, it's absolutely devastating and very difficult to handle. Agree. Say your dog gets hit by a car. He's injured. God, I hate to even think about that. He's injured. What do you have to do? Get in your car and drive him to the nearest vet hospital. This is dangerous not only for the injured dog, who might not get treatment in time, but also for the owner and everyone else on the road as they drive as fast as they can to save the life of their beloved family member. There really ought to be emergency services like 911 and ambulances to help in these scary situations. We already have doctors and hospitals for our pets. Why not 911 and ambulances? I hope someday in the future we can get to that point. Just a thought. I couldn't agree more. I'll tell you guys a story. So I'm going to put a trigger warning in the beginning of this video because I realize that talking about anything to do with animals is very sensitive for many people, but I think that this opens up a bigger conversation, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys. When back in 2008, my boyfriend had a black lab who was named Rocky, and Rocky was the sweetest dog. And unfortunately, one day he was off of his leash, and I was not present for it when it actually happened. He was off his leash and my boyfriend was at his friend's house. They were standing outside talking. Rocky was hanging out like all dogs do. Rocky saw his friend, who was another black lab, across the street, and for whatever reason, he decided to dart across the street and he got hit by a car and he was killed. And for anyone to have to go through that and pick up their animal and get them in the car and do all of these things, I immediately thought of that situation when I saw this. And you know, we're super careful with Axel anyway, but because of that situation, we are just to like the 100th degree when it comes to having him off the leash. We only let him off the leash in an enclosed area. So if we're at like the dog park or someone's backyard, like he can go off the leash. But aside from that, because you never know what's going to get your dog's attention, what's going to make them run, what's going to possibly scare them. So we're very careful. But I thought of that when I saw this, because to have to go through that is just, it stays with you for the rest of your life. And I wasn't even there. I saw him the next day, but that's a lot. So let's read a couple of the comments. Someone said, it's a great concept. As a vet student, though, it's plain to see that small animal veterinarians are so ridiculously overworked that I'm not sure you'd even be able to find enough of them to staff something like that. Not to mention the fact that vets and veterinary staff get borderline abused by clients on the daily. Ask a client to pay for services. You just want my pet to die. You don't care about animals. How dare you? Try to prescribe an animal a medication that they need to treat their condition or give vaccines to prevent illness. So greedy, money hungry, how do you sleep at night? So she kind of goes off on a tangent. And then she said, on that note though, thank your vet when you see them next. They love your pet just as much as you do. Okay, I agree with her for sure, but that's not really tying to this post. This person said, I think some of the 24-hour emergency veterinary hospitals do have an ambulance service, probably in the larger metro areas. That's interesting. Our vet, I should inquire with our vet. I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. Where would the money come from, though? We can barely afford the people ambulances. Someone said, I'm pretty sure that's already a thing. That is def a thing. There is at least 3 in the States and a few more in the UK. I've never seen it, so maybe I'm out of the loop. I don't know. I've never seen one. Good business plan. Doesn't that mean we would need pet insurance too? Pet insurance already exists, so. Okay, and then they go off and talk about that. People on Reddit are so rude sometimes. I swear. Someone said, why don't you start one then? Yeah, I think the financial part of it would obviously be a huge thing to tackle, but just this idea in general, I'm going to do a little bit more research. I also want to talk to our vet and see if they know anything about this, but I just thought it was a really good idea, and I know that a lot of you guys are animal lovers too, and I think this would be awesome. You know, who knows, maybe the next 10 years there will be something offered, and if it costs a little bit of money, like there are people that will put the money forward in order to save their animal's life or whatever. So when there is a service that people need, there are going to be certain people that are willing to pay for that service. So either way, I just thought that this was really interesting, a little bit different for my channel, but I like bringing this stuff to you guys and we can have a conversation. I like to get everyone's opinion and talk about it, but we'll see. Maybe in 10 years, this will be a completely normal thing all across the United States. But for now, we're going to talk about it. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.